points, it was like near perfect.
Well, I wouldn't say near perfect, but I mean, pitching and defense, again, this was a totally different game than what it was last year. And what I said to the team afterwards was we won our last game in Starkville, scoring 14 runs. Tonight we threw a shutout and played airless baseball. So you've got to be able to win in a lot of different ways. And just so proud of all the pitchers that went out there tonight. Becker, Jerzabek, Proctor, Jones, Austin, they were all outstanding. And so that was really, really encouraging to see.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Jerzabek really struggled out here. Yeah. What was different about him today?
Well, I thought his mind was much calmer today. And that's important. Young guys sometimes get sped up. Sometimes the moment gets a little big and they get too excitable. I thought today he was much calmer. He was more under control, and he was making pitches because of that. So I thought that was the key.
How critical was that just plate approach for you guys to get their starter out, and then you get that 2-out walk and a 2-strike hit there?
That's
really
kind of what we do. It's kind of what we do. We don't always score early, but we generally are. Part of our offensive approach is just keep taking good at bats one after another, and sooner or later you'll get to the bullpen, and bullpens generally are not as strong as the starters. It's just the way it works. Now, sometimes in the SEC that's not the case because there's some great closers, but generally if you can wear it down, we feel like we have a good chance if we can turn it into a bullpen game late.
How about Becker? What kind of went into the decision to start him for this matchup, and what did you see once he was out there?
Well, we just thought he earned it. We've got a lot of guys that are, right on that fringe of being starting pitchers outside of our main 3 that we've done for most of the year, and he's right there on that fringe, and he's been good lately. I thought his mechanics were as clean as I've seen all year. They looked athletic, looked repeatable. 3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Thrilled with that performance, and he did it on 35 pitches.
Speaking of the pitching, 2-out pitching was outstanding because they had a number of 2-out base runners and your guys didn't give in.
Well, they had 6 left on base tonight, so over the course of 9 innings, they didn't have a ton of guys on base. Again, we struck them out 9 times and had no walks, and they only had 6 hits. So I think when we needed to make a big pitch, we did in a few innings because, again, it was a 0-0 ball game for the great majority of the night. So we had to get out of some jams, but again, I just think the guys really, really commanded the zone tonight and gave us exactly what we needed.
Not a league win, but a win over a Q1 team, a win over a ranked team. Somewhere down the road, this kind of win is going to come back to help you.
Yeah, sure. Every win counts, and to get number 27 out of your first 30 right now, I'm really happy for that group in there because we just keep playing winning baseball. I was asked the question, would we look past this game onto the weekend? And that's just not how this team is made up. This team loves to play. They love to be together, and every opportunity they get a chance to get in that dugout and play ball, they just love to do that, and we try to take advantage of it.
This is just a day off for Caleb, did he? Just to kind of get his mind right? Or
yeah, now, but that being said, Brewer's been playing really well and Stone's been playing really well. And on days where you catch French, that puts Cassis or Messina to the DH spot, and you're not taking Petrie out. So, there comes a numbers game like it's been for a few players this year. We got more than 9 players that are capable of playing. And tonight we just felt like this was the best lineup to give us a chance to win based on who we were going to play behind the plate, and so that's just the way it works on good teams.
What about today gives you confidence headed into the LSU series?
Well, we just played the same way we've been playing all year. So my confidence in this team wasn't born tonight. My confidence in this team has been because of how they've gone about their business from day one. It's just been building and building.
Now that you can think about it, what about number 1 coming to Columbia?
Well, we're excited. It's going to be a great challenge. We know what they're made of. We know the history of the program. We know who they have pitching. We know who's in their lineup. It's a great challenge. And if you're not excited about that, you just, as my Miami Dolphins coach says, check your pulse.
Yeah, you looked at the weather forecast, and have y'all made contingency plans or thought about different options that might be on the table?
John, I don't look past today. Okay? The only weather I looked at today was Charlotte's weather, and so maybe on the bus ride home we'll look at that and we'll start looking at some things.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.